offense is on the field for the first time today. And here's the man they want to get the ball to in this passing game. This is the type of receiver, David, when he's covered, he's still open.
He's still putting that hand up in the air. Coach, I'm still open. And more importantly, his quarterback knows that. They're going to move him all over the field. They're going to feature him on offense. They're going to make sure he gets a lot of touches, whether he's open or whether he's open, because he's always open.
The Sooners are in the hurry-up. You know, Oklahoma's DNA is being tough. They have a whole drill about being tough named after them, the Oklahoma drill, and they won that one.
Yeah, and we've seen that kind of come and go some throughout the years, but it started with serious physicality back in the day when they ran the option and just hit you in the mouth. But, you know, football's involved, and that's the one thing about this offense. Can they keep their physicality and assert their physicality? The good Oklahoma teams are physical.
Moving out of the pocket. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on 1st down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. There's no getting around the fact that they have really scuffled in the first half of SEC play, and now the task is to try to turn it around.
Well, and a lot of times it requires shifting your goals, and this is not how you want it to start, but how can we win this week and take advantage of every opportunity we get, Jesse? So it hasn't been ideal, but there's still some talent, and you can still salvage some wins on the schedule.
Yeah, it's all about finishing the season strong, right? I think this team believes that in this last week, they were able to sort of reset their focus on doing exactly that. They believe they have the horses in the locker room to win games like this. This could be the momentum shift they need. You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
That 43-yard field goal attempt was well within his range, but he misfired, and they'll turn the ball over. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 26. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Darnold. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down.
That receiver found the open space and the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Grabbed in the middle, it's coming. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? They're going to throw it again. Gets it out quickly. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. And the Commodores are moving quickly down the field.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the 1st. Well done.
You don't really want to lose track of anybody, but I would say, David, especially not him.
Yeah, when you know he's really good, that's a good decision. Hey, sometimes you double him. Well, and sometimes you run the old zero coverage, like nobody covers him at all, and that's what they did right there. That's not good sound defense.
Looking to go up top on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Scanning the field, it's Darnold. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. He'll set up to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Vandy!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
To the air on first down. With the catch, it's Reinbold. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
That play was designed to go to the running back. They were hoping they were going to get man coverage. And one-on-one, that back is going to win that matchup every single time.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Trying to pick it up on the ground. At the 45, on his way. Off he goes. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. That was just an open alley for that back. I don't think he was touched once before the tackle.
So he wouldn't even been down in two-hand touch?
No. They'll give it to him again. They get him down, but not before he picks up 5 down to the 17-yard line. And the Sooners in the hurry-up. Looking to pass on second down. Got the quick pass. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Quarterback on the keeper. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Sooners! If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
To the air, it's Darnold. Using the quick game. Still on his feet at the 45. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You know, it's one thing to have all the accolades preseason and have all the expectations, but it's another thing to be able to go out and execute week in, week out. He's done that. He now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the year.
Wants to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Offense gets set for second down. He wants to throw it again. That pass is incomplete. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Makes his connection. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
From the gun, running back gets to give.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. They're working that left side. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Tosses it incomplete. Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. To throw, it's Darnold. Quick strike complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. Tackled after picking up the first down.
And that is a huge conversion on third and long for the offense. I think a lot of people thinking, hey, we're just going to try to get a couple yards, help our kicker out here to kick a field goal. But instead, they get a massive play, and now all of a sudden they're thinking touchdown here, first and goal.
Takes a snap, wants to throw. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down in goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Feeling some heat. Got his man down the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. When you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
Pulled down for the tackle.
And I think that completion is as good as a first down, right? Because you set yourself up now in 4th and inches. Quarterback sneak's going to get it done. You can keep this drive alive.
Slams it ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Vanderbilt.
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. USC put together a breathtaking performance inside the Coliseum. And how do you not liken it to the way Leinart and Bush and Lendale White and Dwayne Jarrett used to just annihilate teams? It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Here's the handoff. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17. The Sooners will hustle to the line. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Got his man quickly. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Just the ability to move the chains, keep the drive going, sort of quintessential efficiency from a Sooner quarterback.
Yeah, and from a Sooner offense, because, Reese, they keep the drive going, but what does that do? Most Oklahoma teams over the years, we see them go fast, and they wear you down throughout a football game. So the quarterback play on those completions that move the sticks, that make you play 3 more plays, 4 more plays, 5 more plays, and just wear you out.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He makes the grab.
You see it so much in college football where they motion a running back out of the backfield. What are they looking for? Man coverage. Are you trying to cover my running back with one of your linebackers? If you are, I'm going to take advantage. I love taking advantage of the mismatch with your running back out in space. Keep doing that.
Open space at the 25. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point is good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he finished things off with that 36-yarder for a score. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like 2 heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to pass. It's Darnold. Quickly to the tight end. Smashes through. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
He wants to throw. Gets open down the middle. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
And defensive backs you think don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah, I bet the difference.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. A strike downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Runs through the tackle. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. And the Sooners want to pick up the tempo. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that can run the football, be physical. It all started there.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game time.
Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Back to the air one more time. Grab near the marker. It's Reinbold. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
First down for the offense.
Fast motion from the offense. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Quickly complete. Touchdown Sooners! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Ready to try the point after. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Looking for a man. It's Darnold. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
He's got his man. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They're trying to get to it. Oh, he makes the catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. This dude is putting up numbers. He just cracked the 150 mark in receiving yards.
Man, he's a weapon, Reese. He runs routes, he's fast, he's great with the football in his hands, and he can line up in a lot of different spots and run the entire route tree. I mean, what can't this guy do?
They get him down after he makes the catch. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. On target. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guys.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Gets it out fast. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. The Commodores will snap it on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. Gets it out quickly. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Brings up second down.
Looking to throw, it's Darnold. It's complete, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Doors.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
PAT unit on the field. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
Well, when you're throwing these out routes, guys, it's location, location, location. As a QB, you've got to put that out in front of your guy so he can make the catch. You put that behind him, that might be getting picked. Nice job there by the QB.
Looking to take a shot. Oh, he drops it right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't make the play.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Out of the shotgun on third down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week, he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in Nashville as we say hello from our broadcast studios. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working, and I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime.
The Sooners will boot away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean,
lets it fly. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Dropping back, it's Darnold. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB, and you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back, you can throw the ball a ton, you can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Snagged in the middle. It's Cummings. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that 4th down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy's not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
They'll try the run. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
You got to wonder if that's a moral victory for this offensive line, because they have not been running the ball well at all game long. But on that short yardage situation, they finally pick it up, and maybe that's going to be the catalyst for them to get this thing going and spark the run game.
Looking for room, it's Cox. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
To the air, it's Darnold. Grabs it in the middle. Third down conversions are huge and they've got one, and they're at the 35. And the Commodores with the 1st and 10. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down. That's why the good Lord invented tight ends, isn't it, David? Get a good pickup on 1st down. Open up the entire playbook.
And it just makes life so easy on quarterbacks. I mean, you got these guys that are so gifted athletically that you can do everything with them. They're like overgrown wide receivers, and now understanding zones and how to attack them. It's just unbelievable when you got these kind of big athletes.
The give to the tailback. The Commodores get it past the sticks.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that 1st down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Finds his tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the 1st down. And the Commodores are threatening in the red zone. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's coming. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around, and maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
He's got it down the middle. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. The Commodores will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They want to just keep throwing it. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Using the quick game. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
He'll try to slam it in, and he'll be brought down.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Give to the fullback. Touchdown, Commodores! And that one will give them the lead. You know what? That's a bit of a trick play. Give it to the big guy. Let him tote that rock to the house.
It's a trick in college football now to even have a fullback in the game. Give it to the big fella. Tell you what, that's like tackling a tree stump. All legs, just big, stocky guy. Get in the end zone.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. UMass needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there at Amherst behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Boise State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Gonna run it. It's Reinbold. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11. The Sooners want to move quickly. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. The give. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Just when they're looking run, now up top. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Bringing it back. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. 1st down here for the offense. From the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Looking to pass. It's Darnold. It's complete on the right side. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Snapped it in the shotgun. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Well, no question where this quarterback is going to be trying to go with the football in this game, right? He's looking for his big play wide out, and the defense knows it. They had him double covered that time.
He makes a grab. Good, solid tackle.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
They'll run it on 3rd and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
Give to the big fullback. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Vandy. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Man, come on now, O-line. You got to take care of your quarterback. He takes care of you. He's the one who takes you to meals. He's the one that gets you those NIL deals. Everything happens through your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. That is your #1 priority.
So they'll try to salvage this drive on 2nd and long from the 12. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And now such a tough situation late in this game. You're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
And the returner will be brought down. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Dropping back, it's Darnold. He finds his man. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man, makes the grab. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Catch in the middle, it's Gentry. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal.
And the Sooners racing to the line in the hurry up. Wants to throw on 3rd. Fires to the big fella. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
And even though they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. You saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. The snap sets up the throw. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
16-yard line. That's a first down for the offense.
They'll go to the counter. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's back to throw on 2nd down. He caught it! They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's picked off. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Let's go! To the air, it's Darnold. Quick strike complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
They'll leave it with him. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And I think this is where coaches really earn their money late in games, right? It's in the 4th quarter, you got the lead. Do you want to stay conservative and run the football? Because I see the defenses, they start to get aggressive, and so sometimes you can take the other hand and take advantage of it.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
And the Commodores are flying down the field. The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Quarterback checking off. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. And the pass is complete. He's got it at the 20. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the upright. Full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this with Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working.
And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown Doors! They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick six.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Mississippi State endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Stark Vegas, and the Bulldogs came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll bring it back. It's Cox. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, and this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect them.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game, take the W into the locker room.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. The give as they work on that clock.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
He's right on target. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Commodores headed quickly to the line. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the offense comes up short on 3rd down, but I tell you what, they've still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here on 4th down. They don't have to. They got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, shown a variety of all kinds of things. Now it's just about how they want to finish.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Makes the grab. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one